Damon?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, who, you don't know who, your kids go to school?
Yeah. I mean, I went to that school.
Okay. All right.
But then I left 20 years.
Who's dealing with this field?
The L here.
Local school council. Local different. I mean, who's
Like President who, the LFC chairperson is for this area?
I don't property on another block. I live here and I don't property on another block.
Especially I mean, and you saying here working?
He's political connected. Politically connected.
And sometimes that work against us because then they got other motives instead of the best interest of, you know, whatever it is.
He's a very intelligent black man.
Let's get him on. Let's talk to him.
I'm sure
No, we need that energy. No, but that energy you got is what I'm talking about, how we can go and hit these streets and really talk to these brothers and start talking about what we got to do. We need that energy, especially a military vet too.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to, I'm going to have a 7-8-year-old team. That's where you should have been, son. Over there with the channel.
You know, what gets me is when people say, well, should have.
Okay, well,
right. So, because it's a lot of should have.
I should have been over. I should have been over. That's where I should have been.
Y'all should have went down there.
Yeah, that's where we should have been.
Yeah.
So,
what?
You don't want to go. Alright, we're out here on 61st and Hermitage. I'm Cyron Smith. I'm standing here with, and I just know you by Ashley tomorrow. What's your name? Brenda. Now, before we talk about what happened, I met Miss Poole 5 years ago when your daughter was shot, correct? On Easter. Right. On Easter, right here on this porch. If you can spin around and see. But what happened here?
They say somebody killed my best friend, her husband, and her son.
How old is your best friend?
42.
So it wasn't no teenagers.
Her 19-year-old son. I don't know how old her husband is.
And this is daytime, so it happened in broad daylight?
I don't know when it happened. We just found out they were there. We don't know what time nothing happened. Nobody will tell us nothing, not even the family members.
Now, what do you think, because you don't know what happened, but just in this area, what do we need to do over there? Because there's always a lot of young people out there.
Get them off of these
what do we got to do?
Put a camera up here, get them something to do.
Right.
I mean, these people will be able to come out and play. Just like my daughter. You know, you're supposed to be able to sit out here without all of this.
Right.
You know, it shouldn't take something like this to happen. Then what about if you, the repercussions of what happened if you come down through here?
Retaliation.
Yeah, you know, they're doing again.
Now, I always harp on the fact that you got churches in the community. This zip code got 136 churches over here. Are they helping? No. Be honest. I mean, do you see them out here really helping? The fact is, they not. No. Politicians. We got the different aldermen over here. Are they helping? No. You know, so it's certain things we got to call it what it is. These people are not stepping up to the plate. Our community is deteriorating. These young people, they striving for something to do. And where's our leadership? Right. You know. What else do you think in terms of the, and I hate to call it this, but the Arab businesses making money? What do you think about them and not helping these young people have activities to do?
You know, I look at it like this. I heard a guy go in the gas station and said something to one of the Arab.
A black guy or
an
Arab guy? Okay.
And he mad, why you over here in our neighborhood? Well, you don't want to do nothing in the neighborhood, so of course somebody else gonna come in the neighborhood. So
that's what the Arab said? The Arab told him that?
No, I said that. Oh, okay. You don't want to do nothing in the neighborhood. This could be you with this gas station. But you mad because the Arab guy.
But let me say this. I went to an Arab-owned store on Pulaski and Lake 2 weeks ago. When I walked in the store and I was going to ask for a donation for a family in the area that went through something. And when I walked in the store, 3 guys was shooting dice in the back. They hopped up and ran up on me like, you know, what you doing in the store? And I told them, time out, you know, you finna come at me because I'm trying to get resources for your people? were they wrong for that? What do you because they protecting a lot of these Arab store owners. I'm seeing it in Inglewood as well. You know?
Yeah, they wrong for that.
Right. So what you saying? Yeah, they starting their own business, but they not helping.
Right. Because like this store, this yard is horrible. I asked him, used to be. This is a man that built it. I asked him to cut the grass. He told me he don't stay over here. Well, you got to support here. Yeah, the Arab. I don't stay over here. So, if we had some gas left in the lawnmower, we would do it. My brother-in-law would do it.
But how is he giving back?
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. But, it was just the thing that you come out and you mad, that would have still been just a vacant lot up there for you all to hang out. So it's,
What we gonna do? Any hope?
Change.
Should we give
How
up?
about change?
No.
Should we give up? Should we just say this the way it is?
No, we don't need to give up. Because this, we stay here. There can't no one somebody do it. And our kids, I could come out here. I've been here since I was 9 years old. I'm almost 50. And I could come out here and run to 2 in the morning. Sleep on the porch. Nobody
doors
mess with
open.
you.
I remember when the doors used to be unlocked, right?
This was in 72. We can't do that now. Somebody will follow you in your house now. So, it's...
So we shouldn't give up. So what we gonna do is the question. I know Dennis been itching for me to say that because he want to know what we gonna do. What we gonna do?
You gotta get somebody in here that care about the community, and the neighbors need to get together and get them off these corners, and you hate to see a light up. It shouldn't even have to come to that, but look,
open up a boys
that's
club.
what you need.
Open
Up something for these
young
kids
people
to
To
do.
go somewhere.
But then if you
empower
have that,
them.
if you have that, you're gonna
Knowledge
need
is
security
power.
because you're gonna get.
And I'm glad you said that, Ms. Poole, because that was gonna be my point. The problem when you open up a physical place, guess what creeps in?
Everything.
Territory.
Right.
So now I can't cross over the next
Right.
block because of what set you from. So the one thing
That's
about
what you got law for.
well, law ain't doing
law
it now.
ain't-
I mean, so but one of the things I'm hoping we can do though is get them out the neighborhood and keep them moving so that they can see some other
Get them
stuff.
out the neighborhood.
Yeah, they
They
need to.
live in the neighborhood.
But what I'm saying, what needs to happen, if I call one of these guys over here, chances are they never been downtown. Chances are they never seen Olympia Fields. They never seen anything other than
Field
what
trip.
they've been. There you go. So what I'm suggesting maybe we need to make sure that these store owners are paying for these buses, these transportation, so we can get them moving.
You know what? And
That
I'm
makes a
gonna speak
good.
on
That's a
that.
good suggestion.
I know it had to be about 8, 10 years ago, and they would have a school bus come and take the kids everywhere.
Now, was it the alderman? Or was
No,
it
it's
church?
the neighbors, and they would get them
Where them neighbors
together.
at? We need to talk to them
They
neighbors.
moved away, they moved out, but it was nice, and you didn't mind doing it. You had parents chaperoning, and it wasn't, but it got them away for a while. And I guess if they, if you stay around and see the same what they tell you, as in Rome, you do like the Romans.
Now,
But just to get them away and
The key
let them
is
see something
once
different.
you get them out the neighborhood, then you can talk to them because
Right.
they're-
Reach 'em.
and reach them.
But these grown ones, you can't tell these grown ones what to do.
and 'cause now you military,
Y-
so you
YMCA,
know how important that is
Build-
to get outside the
Build a
neighborhood.
boys club. Build something to empower them. They have to be empowered. They have to be. You have to let them know they're worth something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to
No
give them
doubt.
a sense of self-worth.
No doubt about that, definitely. So goes back to what we said. What we gonna do?
Empower
Next
them.
step. What's the next
Therefore,
step?
you have to create a base.
All right. So we go say this Monday. The alderman is Tony Folks for this area here, and Dennis Cordell won't be able to go. I don't know if you open Monday. We gonna go up to the alderman and let her know what happened on this block. What's her plan? We want to hear from the leader. What's your plan? If she don't have a plan, we go present ours. We want a light, YMCA
Right.
center. I think we checked her
Something
account.
to empower
$100,000
these
in
little
her
kids.
account. Right. So we'll do that. That's gonna be our action step. What we gonna
At
do?
what time on Monday?
6.
We got a meeting on 6556 at Monday.
So
We're going to take a trip.
Yep.